Time, any message to the fans that left this one early?
Thanks for coming.
I realize there's no pat answer for this, but how do you do it? How do you come from 11 points down with a minute left to tie the game?
Well, I would say this, Mike. It was interesting because I've coached a lot of games and I've been in this situation before. And you get a sense of, are they still fighting? Or is it me that's trying to convince them to keep fighting? I didn't have to convince them. They were never out of it. In their minds, they were never out of it. And that's the best feeling as a coach, because then you can just concentrate on what you might want to run. We ran some late game package. None of it worked to perfection. It usually doesn't. A lot of coaches don't like to admit that, but what it does is it softens the defense enough so that the players can go make plays. And as I've said to you guys many times, my number one responsibility as a coach is not to micromanage the game. It's to make sure our guys are the best version of themselves so they can go make a play. And they just kept making plays, defensively and offensively. Intelligent fouls quickly, good traps, steal, fine shooters, understand the general conception of what we're trying to accomplish offensively, and then play from there. Tony got a couple big tips, putbacks, and you got to give them credit. They came in and played hard, and they scored over 100 points. They shot an incredible percentage. They were making tough pull-ups. They were moving the ball, and we just had to keep coming, and we did. Can't turn it over against them, and you can't get destroyed on the glass. So there were two things that really helped us today.
Reference to the glass, 15 offensive rebounds, 29 second chance points. What can you say about their effort, especially in the second half?
Well, I mentioned Tony because he made two big ones at the end, but he had five. That's, from your guard, a guy who was playing point for a good portion of the game. That's the guy. He's just a gamer. He figured out I can get in there and I can get a tip, I can get a rebound. We're down 6, we're down 7, we're down 8. Somebody's got to get it back if we miss. We just can't keep missing and then letting them extend the lead. So, really proud of everybody. Chris had 3 offensive, but I challenged Chris to get the tip in overtime, and boy, he went up and just controlled it. Like, we're going to get the ball the first possession of overtime. That was huge.
Friend Tom Izzo said this was reminiscent of '93 when Iowa came back, first game after Chris Street's death. When you hear that, what's that make you think about the effort these guys just put forth?
Well, you know what, Pat, I guess you were at that game?
I was.
Yeah, okay. I have watched it on TV. Obviously it wasn't there, but my guess is you could feel the electricity and the enthusiasm and determination in the building, not only from the players but from the crowd. So, to be compared with that game, says a lot about how incredibly loud and supportive this building was today and how it really helped our guys as they just kept coming. It didn't seem like anybody was tired at any point in time, and it was obviously a high-paced game.
3-point shooting was huge in that game, and obviously it was today. Does that just show you this day and age, you're never out of it with that shot?
Yeah, you look up and it's 10 or 11. Okay, that's 3 or 4 possessions, and you're right back in it. And they did a pretty good job making their free throws too. We kept fouling them, and it helps when you're in the double bonus. But for the most part, until Hogarth missed that last one, they were making them all.
Given the week you had, and given the way this game was going for so long, it seems like resignation would have been an easy thing to happen at some point. Why did it not occur?
Well, it's that's a simple answer. The character in that locker room. It's a resilient group. Like I said, they were really connected in every huddle and every timeout and on the floor. There was a lot of communication out there, and anything short of that, you have no chance in a situation like that. So I'm really proud of them for how they they just stuck together and remained connected and kept competing.
I think that
You-
the technical foul did seem to swing things. Was that intentional? I mean, sometimes I never know if you're trying to get T there. Or,
I wasn't even mad at him. I was mad at the other guy. It's for him to bang me. But anyway, it wasn't really my intention to answer your question. Yeah.
But it did seem to help. Would you agree that would you think that gave you a spark? I mean,
I guess. I don't know. You do. I do. I don't know.
okay.
Chad thinks it did.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Do you think your message got across when you had the little stare down?
I don't know what you're talking about, Mike. I have no idea what you're talking about. You must have been in a different game.
You hit 5 3-pointers in the last 38 seconds. Was it strategy, or was it just to get somebody open at the 3-point line?
Well, what I was kind of alluding to before is you come down with something, and you know, they have a plan too. We're switching, we're icing, or we're fronting. We're staying home on this guy, we're helping off that guy. So at some point, you got to make a play. You got to move it, share it, drive, kick, set a screen, get somebody open. And we did make 5 threes, but they were open. And you still got to make them, but you know, credit our guys for making them.
Was that your plan coming with Peyton getting that shot and Connor with the handoff?
That
there?
was the plan.
Yeah.
That was the plan. Yeah.
Kind of interesting that he had the shot to win it over there. He makes it this time.
Yeah, you know, I just felt like you know, he has an uncanny ability to just keep coming with the same level of confidence, I think. Like, he was disappointed he missed it up there, but you kind of felt like, okay, if he gets a shot again, he's going to make it. And that's how I feel about him. And like I always say, it's more important that that's how he feels about himself. So he's the one doing it.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.